it is immediately obvious that the Tom and Jerry cartoon kit is not a Hanna-Barbera cartoon. That's by which I mean it's not directed by William Hanna and Joseph Barbera. I wasn't aware of the date of this when I started watching it, and straight away I thought, well, the backgrounds are different, the editing is different, the music is different, and Jerry looks different as well. Tom made a few facial expressions that looked a bit different, but Jerry looked quite different in a lot of frames. This was released in 1962. It's directed by Gene Deitch, written by Chris Jenkyns, and it's narrated by Alan Swift. And this narrator tells us that anybody can create their own Tom and Jerry cartoon by using this kit. And this is an actual literal kit that contains Tom and Jerry and some hammers and a watermelon, and we get to see, and some other bits and pieces, and we get to see Tom and Jerry against block colour backgrounds interacting with these objects and seeing how they would weaponize them against one another. And as a concept, it's actually quite interesting, this kind of how to attack Tom and how to attack Jerry DIY kit, how to, what you need to consider to use your own cartoon tools. But it just doesn't work very well. It's not horrific. I didn't loathe it, but it definitely doesn't feel like a Tom and Jerry cartoon, and the animation style, it's not a million miles away, of course, but there are very obvious differences. The music style is all wrong, and if this had been released, say, today, and maybe sure I can deal with it because it's many years later, but this is not many years, barely a decade, in fact maybe not even a decade, after the Hanna-Barbera directed cartoons, and the shift is so significant that it just feels awkward, and the narration was crisp and clear and easy to understand, but it wasn't very interesting at all. The blank backgrounds, the solid colour backgrounds are very dull. There were some kind of classic cartoony special effects with explosions and things, and I feel like they tried. I feel like they tried hard to create something fun and engaging, and on its own, if I had never seen a Tom and Jerry cartoon, maybe I wouldn't think so badly of it, but actually maybe I would, because it wasn't that engaging, and if I had no connection to the characters, maybe I'd like it less. It's obviously impossible to know exactly how I would feel about it, but definitely needs a lot of improvement. Obviously when directors change hands and the owners of cartoons begin to shift, there will be understandably differences, but it just feels wrong. It feels lazy and underdeveloped, and as I said, maybe I'd like it more if I hadn't seen any others, but at the same time, part of me feels like I'd like it less. So it's not horrendous, but I wouldn't say that this is worthy of being a Tom and Jerry cartoon. I wouldn't call it canon. It's definitely not my favourite, to say the very least. If you're a Tom and Jerry fan, I'd say definitely give it a watch, form an opinion, see what you think. Maybe you like it, that's absolutely fine. But personally, for me, the Tom and Jerry cartoon kit, although I was looking forward to this because the concept sounded really interesting, I have to say I didn't really enjoy it very much at all.